got our first television set in 1965. Obviously, it was a black and white set given to us by my mother's employer. It was not in good shape, to say the very least. It had too many scratches and nicks to count. The channel, as well as the volume and contrast knobs, were missing, and lastly, the antenna was nowhere to be found. Now, with all of the deficiencies of this television, I was still excited because I no longer needed to go to my cousin's house to watch an episode of my favorite show. We finally worked out some of our television's shortcomings by simply attaching a small vice grip to change the channels and adjust the contrast and volume. We used a foil-wrapped clothes hanger to provide reception on this 3-channel television set. With our television working fairly well now, there was one show that aired each Saturday afternoon at 1:30 p.m. that I absolutely had to see. And that show was Tarzan, starring Johnny Weissmuller. Tarzan was this big burly guy who didn't wear shoes or shirt. He spoke broken English that all of the wild animals in the jungle seemed to understand and obey. Tarzan ruled the jungle. He conquered all the wild animals with little more than the usage of his bare hands. As a young boy, I would wonder, how can Tarzan do all of these things? Tarzan had 3 modes of transportation. He would either walk, or he would run, or if he really needed to get somewhere very quickly, he would swing on a grapevine. Now, that grapevine seemed to have been strategically positioned at the right location at the right time every time. Again, I wondered, how could Tarzan do all of these things? Tarzan could slay giants. He could slay alligators. He could slay anything with his Dutch-style knife that he carried on his side. Now, my young, inquisitive mind always wanted to know, once again, how could Tarzan do all of these things? Some Saturdays, Tarzan would face large numbers of warriors carrying guns and spears and rocks and shields. Tarzan would single-handedly win every time. He was a consistent winner. Once again, I wondered, how can Tarzan be victorious Saturday after Saturday? Guess what? I finally figured it out. After a few episodes, I figured out the winning formula. You see, it was in the writing of the Tarzan show. It was simply written in the script that Tarzan would win every time.